Oh, I think I should lower the voice recorder. No, it should be okay. 6 decibel is okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of my journey in self-study. So, in this episode, I will take on an IELTS task. It's exactly the Cambridge 13 test number 2, listening test. I tend to do test number 1, but I change my mind because it's a little unfair because I have already done the dictation of the two first part, part 1 and part 2. So that means if I take on the test number 1, the result that won't be very exactly about how good I am. I really want to judge myself using the listening test to see how good I am now. It's not actually reflect all my ability in English, but it should be. It should somehow be like that. Okay. Instead of taking the online test, I create my own test. Oh yes, I create my own. I make a test by my own. This is the Conflict 13 listening test number 2. I make it myself, and I want to tell you that if you want to do the test in future, you can do it with me. Of course, it's not gonna be free because it takes time and a lot of effort to do it to make it. So if you want to do it, you have to pay money for it, right? So first, I need to put the track into the playlist to make sure that it will run in a full list. Okay. So we have media player. Mm, we can add them into MPC playlist, but I don't know whether we can really do that or not. Let's check it. Add to MPC playlist. I don't think it can work. I don't think it's working. Right, so let's see. We're gonna change it to media player, media player, window media player. All right. And now we select for track of the test number 2 and add it to window media playlist. Player list.
Section 4.
And they choose to start section 4 first. Oh, that's stupid, man. Nah. All right, that's it. We gotta do it manually. Okay. I'm gonna change X track by on my own. I'm gonna change it by myself. Okay. Now let's start with track number 5, which is section 1. We can say part 1.
Test 2. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1. Section 1. You will hear a woman phoning the secretary of a cycling club to find out about becoming a member. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6.
Afterward.
You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, The conversation relating to this will be played first.
Hello, South City Cycling Club.
Oh, hi. I want to find out about joining the club.
Right, I can help you there. I'm the club secretary and my name's Jim Hunter.
Oh, hi, Jim.
The club secretary's name is Jim Hunter, so Hunter has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
Hello, South City Cycling Club.
Oh, hi. I want to find out about joining the club.
Right, I can help you there. I'm the club secretary and my name's Jim Hunter.
Oh, hi, Jim.
So, are you interested in membership for yourself?
That's right.
Okay, well, there are basically 2 types of adult membership. If you're pretty serious about cycling, there's the full membership. That costs $260, and that covers you not just for ordinary cycling, but also for races both here in the city and also in other parts of Australia.
Right. Well, I'm not really up to that standard. I was more interested in just joining a group to do some cycling in my free time.
Sure, that's why most people join. So in that case, you'd be better with the recreational membership. That's $108 if you're over 19 and $95 if you're under.
I'm 25.
Okay, it's paid quarterly and you can upgrade it later to the full membership if you want to, of course. Now, both types of membership include the club fee of $20. They also provide insurance in case you have an accident, though we hope you won't need that, of course.
No. Okay. Well, I'll go with the recreational membership, I think. And that allows me to join in the club activities and so on?
That's right. And once you're a member of the club, you're also permitted to wear our kit when you're out cycling. It's green and white.
Yes, I've seen cyclists wearing it. So can I buy that at the club?
No, it's made to order by a company in Brisbane. You can find them online. They're called Jerry's. That's Jerriz. You can use your membership number to put in an order on their website.
Okay. Now, can you tell me a bit about the rides I can do?
Sure. So we have training rides pretty well every morning, and they're a really good way of improving your cycling skills as well as your general level of fitness. But they're different levels. Level A is pretty fast. You're looking at about 30 or 35 kilometres an hour. If you can do about 25 kilometres an hour, you'd probably be level B. And then level C are the novices who stay at about 15 kilometres per hour.
Right. Well, I reckon I'd be level B. So when are the sessions for that level?
There are a couple each week. They're both early morning sessions. There's one on Tuesdays, and for that one you meet at 5:30 a.m, and the meeting point's the stadium. Do you know where that is?
Yes, it's quite near my home, in fact. Okay, and how about the other one?
That's on Thursdays. It starts at the same time, but they meet at the main gate to the park.
Is that the one just past the shopping mall?
That's it.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
So how long are the rides?
They're about an hour and a half, so if you have a job, it's easy to fit in before you go to work. And the members often go somewhere for coffee afterwards, so it's quite a social event.
Okay, that sounds good. I've only just moved to the city, so I don't actually know many people yet.
Well, it's a great way to meet people.
And does each ride have a leader?
Sometimes, but not always. But you don't really need one. The group members on the ride support one another anyway.
How would we know where to go?
If you check the club website, you'll see that the route for each ride is clearly marked. So you can just print that out and take it along with you. It's similar from one week to another, but it's not always exactly the same.
And what do I need to bring?
Well, bring a bottle of water and your phone. You shouldn't use it while you're cycling, but have it with you.
Right.
And in winter, it's well before sunrise when we set out, so you need to make sure your bike's got lights.
That's okay. Well, thanks, Jim. I'd definitely like to join. So what's the best way of going about it?
You can...
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 2. Test 2. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions. Section 2. You will hear a manager in a company talking to employees about volunteering for charity work. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 16.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Okay, so this meeting is for new staff and staff who haven't been involved with our volunteering projects yet. So, basically, the idea is that we allow staff to give up some of their work time to help on various charity projects to benefit the local community. We've been doing this for the last 5 years, and it's been very successful. Participating doesn't necessarily involve a huge time commitment. The company will pay for 8 hours of your time. That can be used over 1 or 2 days all at once, or spread over several months throughout the year. There are some staff who enjoy volunteering so much, they also give up their own free time for a couple of hours every week. It's completely up to you. Obviously, many people will have family commitments and aren't as available as other members of staff. Feedback from staff has been overwhelmingly positive. Because they felt they were doing something really useful, nearly everyone agreed that volunteering made them feel more motivated at work. They also liked building relationships with the people in the local community and felt valued by them. 1 or 2 people also said it was a good thing to have on their CVs. One particularly successful project last year was the Get Working project. This was aimed at helping unemployed people in the area get back to work. Our staff were able to help them improve their telephone skills, such as writing down messages and speaking with confidence to potential customers, which they had found quite difficult. This is something many employers look for in job applicants, and something we all do without even thinking about every day at work. We've got an exciting new project starting this year. Up until now, we've mainly focused on projects to do with education and training. And we'll continue with our reading project in schools and our work with local charities. But we've also agreed to help out on a conservation project in Redfern Park. So if any of you fancy being outside and getting your hands dirty, this is the project for you. I also wanted to mention the annual Digital Inclusion Day, which is coming up next month. The aim of this is to help older people keep up with technology. And this year, instead of hosting the event in our own training facility, we're using the ICT suite at Hill College, as it can hold far more people. We've invited over 60 people from the Silver Age Community Center to take part, so we'll need a lot of volunteers to help with this event. If you're interested in taking part, please go to the volunteering section of our website and complete the relevant form. We won't be providing any training for this, but you'll be paired with an experienced volunteer if you've never done it before. By the way, don't forget to tell your manager about any volunteering activities you decide to do.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 17 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 17 to 20.
The participants on the Digital Inclusion Day really benefited. The majority were in their 70s, though some were younger, and a few were even in their 90s. Quite a few owned both a computer and a mobile phone, but these tended to be outdated models. They generally knew how to do simple things like send texts, but weren't aware of recent developments in mobile phone technology. A few were keen to learn, but most were quite dismissive at first. They couldn't see the point of updating their skills. But that soon changed. The feedback was very positive. The really encouraging thing was that participants all said they felt much more confident about using social media to keep in touch with their grandchildren, who prefer this form of communication to phoning or sending emails. A lot of them also said playing online games would help them make new friends and keep their brains active. They weren't that impressed with being able to order their groceries online, as they liked going out to the shops, but some said it would come in handy if they were ill or the weather was really bad. One thing they asked about was using tablets for things like reading newspapers. Some people had been given tablets as presents, but had never used them. So that's something we'll make sure we include this time.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 3. Section 2. You will hear a manager in a company. Section 3. You will hear a student called Russ consulting his tutor about a presentation he is preparing on nanotechnology, the study of materials on an extremely small scale. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
Come in, Russ.
Thank you.
Now, you wanted to consult me about your class presentation on nanotechnology. You were due to give it next week, aren't you?
That's right, and I'm really struggling. I chose the topic because I didn't know much about it and wanted to learn more, but now I've read so much about it, in a way there's too much to say. I could talk for much longer than the 20 minutes I've been allocated. Should I assume the other students don't know much and give them a kind of general introduction, or should I try and make them share my fascination with a particular aspect?
You could do either, but you'll need to have it clear in your own mind.
Then I think I'll give an overview.
OK. Now, one way of approaching this is to work through developments in chronological order.
Uh-huh.
On the other hand, you could talk about the numerous ways that nanotechnology is being applied.
You mean things like thin films on camera displays to make them water repellent and additives to make motorcycle helmets stronger and lighter?
Exactly. Or another way would be to focus on its impact in one particular area, say medicine or space exploration.
That would make it easier to focus. Perhaps I should do that.
I think that would be a good idea.
Right. How important is it to include slides in the presentation?
They aren't essential by any means, and there's a danger of tailoring what you say to fit whatever slides you can find. While it can be good to include slides, you could end up spending too long looking for suitable ones. You might find it better to leave them out.
I see. Another thing I was wondering about was how to start. I know presentations often begin with, first I'm going to talk about this, and then I'll talk about that. But I thought about asking the audience what they know about nanotechnology.
That would be fine if you had an hour or two for the presentation, but you might find that you can't do anything with the answers you get, and it simply eats into the short time that's available.
So maybe I should mention a particular way that nanotechnology is used to focus people's attention.
That sounds sensible.
What do you think I should do next? I really have to plan the presentation today and tomorrow.
Well, initially, I think you should ignore all the notes you've made, take a small piece of paper and write a single short sentence that ties together the whole presentation. It can be something as simple as, nanotechnology is already improving our lives. Then start planning the content around that. You can always modify that sentence later if you need to.
OK.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30.
Oh my God.
Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
OK, now let's think about actually giving the presentation. You've only given one before, if I remember correctly, about an experiment you'd been involved in.
That's right. It was pretty rubbish.
Let's say it was better in some respects than in others. With regard to the structure, I felt that you ended rather abruptly, without rounding it off. Be careful not to do that in next week's presentation.
OK.
And you made very little eye contact with the audience because you were looking down at your notes most of the time. You need to be looking at the audience and only occasionally glancing at your notes. Your body language was a little odd. Every time you showed a slide, you turned your back on the audience so you could look at it. You should have been looking at your laptop. And you kept scratching your head, so I found myself wondering when you were next going to do that, instead of listening to what you were saying.
Oh dear. What did you think of the language? I knew that not everyone was familiar with the subject, so I tried to make it as simple as I could.
Yes, that came across. You used a few words that are specific to the field, but you always explained what they meant, so the audience wouldn't have had any difficulty understanding. I must say, the handouts you prepared were well thought out. They were a good summary of your presentation, which people would have been able to refer to later on. So well done on that.
Thank you.
Well, I hope that helps you with next week's presentation.
Yes, it will. Thanks a lot.
I'll look forward to seeing a big improvement then.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 4. Section 3. Section 4. You will hear a lecturer in psychology talking about a type of memory. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Today, we'll be continuing the series of lectures on memory by focusing on what is called episodic memory and what can happen if this is not working properly. Episodic memory refers to the memory of an event or episode. Episodic memories allow us to mentally travel back in time to an event from the past. Episodic memories include various details about these events. For example, when an event happened and other information such as the location. To help understand this concept, try to remember the last time you ate dinner at a restaurant. The ability to remember where you ate, who you were with, and the items you ordered are all features of an episodic memory. Episodic memory is distinct from another type of memory called semantic memory. This is the type of factual memory that we have in common with everyone else. That is your general knowledge of the world. To build upon a previous example, remembering where you parked your car is an example of episodic memory. But your understanding of what a car is and how an engine works are examples of semantic memory. Unlike episodic memory, semantic memory isn't dependent on recalling personal experiences. Episodic memory can be thought of as a process with several different steps of memory processing, encoding, consolidation, and retrieval. The initial step is called encoding. This involves the process of receiving and registering information which is necessary for creating memories of information or events that you experience. The degree to which you can successfully encode information depends on the level of attention you give to an event while it's actually happening. Being distracted can make effective encoding very difficult. Encoding of episodic memories is also influenced by how you process the event. For example, if you were introduced to someone called Charlie, you might make the connection that your uncle has the same name. Future recollection of Charlie's name is much easier if you have a strategy to help you encode it. Memory consolidation, the next step in forming an episodic memory, is the process by which memories of encoded information are strengthened, stabilized, and stored to facilitate later retrieval. Consolidation is most effective when the information being stored can be linked to an existing network of information. Consolidation makes it possible for you to store memories for later retrieval indefinitely. Forming strong memories depends on the frequency with which you try to retrieve them. Memories can fade or become harder to retrieve if they aren't used very often. The last step in forming episodic memories is called retrieval, which is the conscious recollection of encoded information. Retrieving information from episodic memory depends upon semantic, olfactory, auditory, and visual factors. These help episodic memory retrieval by acting as a prompt. For example, when recalling where you parked your car, you may use the colour of a sign close to where you parked. You actually have to mentally travel back to the moment you parked. There are a wide range of neurological diseases and conditions that can affect episodic memory. These range from Alzheimer's to schizophrenia to autism. An impairment of episodic memory can have a profound effect on individuals' lives. For example, the symptoms of schizophrenia can be reasonably well controlled by medication. However, patients' episodic memory may still be impaired, and so they are often unable to return to university or work. Recent studies have shown that computer-assisted games designed to keep the brain active can help improve their episodic memory. Episodic memories can help people connect with others, for instance by sharing intimate details about their past, something individuals with autism often have problems with. This may be caused by an absence of a sense of self. This is essential for the storage of episodic memory and has been found to be impaired in children with autism. Research has shown that treatments that improve memory may also have a positive impact on children's social development. One study looked at
That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. That is the end of the listening test. In the IELTS test, you would now have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Section 4.
My God. I don't think I will have a very good result. It's gonna be real bad. It's gonna be real bad, man. My God. I think I should go to the toilet. Uh, to the restroom. Okay. Wait for 1 to 2 minutes. You know what? It actually doesn't matter how much a person get in a test because if they keep practicing for a really long time, they'll get better. So it really doesn't matter. But wow, it's difficult, man. It's been a really long time since I did my last test. But yeah, let's check the answer. Test number 2. Okay. I hate this, man, but I gotta have to do it. Where is this? You see, uh, we only 25? No miles? Oh my God. And this is one of the wrong answer, man. It should only 25, not miles, right? So I'm gonna insert the symbol here, a wrong symbol. Uh, I hate this, man. So stadium, park, coffee, leader, road. Okay. The correct answer should be 25 or 25. The correct answer should be I lost my concentrate at the sentence. That's why I got it wrong. I lost my concentrate here. But I even lost more concentration here, man. All right, 11C, 12B, 13C. Okay, this should be the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Okay. 14B. Local park. Yeah, I did hear the word local park, but I don't think it's gonna be the answer, man. 16A. Yes. 17 C and E. C and E. C and E. 19 and B and D. Yes, B and D. Section number 3. 21B. 22A. 23C. 24C. Okay. 25A. 26. Ah, I'm really bad at this switch, man. The correct answer should be A. 7C, 28D, 29G. G. So, 31 location, 32 world, and this is wrong. Should be personal. It should be personal. All right. Personal. Attention without S. Okay, it's my mistake. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. I have to admit that I got it wrong. Okay? It's my mistake. We have to accept it. We have to accept it. I got this word wrong because of the word more. I thought it should be more attentions. Not more attention, but more attentions. Oh my God. A wrong answer is a wrong answer. Network, frequency, color, brand, and self. Right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 wrong answer. 11 wrong answer. So it's the listening band score 29. 29 on listening, it should be around 6.5. 29, it should be around 6.5. One more answer and I can get 7. One more answer and I can get band 7. Remember one thing, it doesn't matter how much you got. If you keep practicing, one day you will get a higher band score. It doesn't really matter. It's okay. Doing it at 7 p.m. is a bad idea, man. All right, now let's check each word, each answer together. I don't like it, but yeah, I have to do it. This video gonna be more than 1 hour, man. More than 1 hour. It's gonna be even more than just 1 hour. Maybe it can be 1 to 2 hours. I don't know.
Test 2. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work.
One more thing I want to tell you: if you're gonna do the listening test, just don't do it like me. Don't do it at this time, at the evening, in the evening. I'm sorry, in the evening. Just do it in the morning, because in future, if you're gonna take the test, you will usually take it in the morning. So do it in the morning. Don't like me. I don't have much time in the day, so that's why I have to do the practice test in the evening. But if you can do it, please do it in the morning, okay?
You will see that there is an example
there. I'm the club secretary and my name's Jim Hunter.
Oh, hi, Jim.
So, are you interested in membership for yourself?
That's right.
Optional membership.
I actually got this answer for the number 4 correct, but I changed the answer at the end of part 1. At first, I typed in 25, but then I changed it to 25 miles.
That's $108 if you're over 19 and $95 if you're under.
I'm 25.
Okay, it's
Oh yes, it's kilometer per hour. Yeah, I'm stupid, man. Wait, what? These British use kilometer or
paid
miles?
quarterly and you can upgrade it later to the full membership
Yeah.
if you want to, of course.
It's my
Now,
fault.
both types of membership include the club fee of $20. They also provide insurance in case you have an accident, though 20 or 35.
Past the shopping mall?
Shopping mall.
That's it.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation,
Wait, what? Where's it? Where's it now?
Meeting points the stadium. Novices who stay at about 15 kilometres per hour.
Right. Well, I reckon.
Well, every morning, and they're a really good way of improving your cycling skills as well as your general level of fitness. And once you're a member of the club, you're also permitted to wear our kit when you're out cycling. It's green and white.
Yes, I've seen cyclists wearing it. So can I buy that at the club?
No, it's made to order by a company in Brisbane. You can find them online. They're called Jerry's. That's Jerriz. You can use your membership number to put in an order on their website.
Okay. Now, can you tell me a bit about the rides I can do?
Sure. So we have training rides pretty well every morning, and they're a really good way of improving your cycling skills as well as your general level of fitness. But they're different levels. Level A is pretty fast. You're looking at about 30 or 35 kilometres an hour. If you can do about 25 kilometres an hour, you'd probably be...
It's my mistake, man. It should not have the word miles here. It's my mistake. I have a look at the word K. It should be kilometer per hours. We have already have the speed here. We don't need the word miles. Oh my god. Okay, so next should it should be around here, right? Question number 9. If you check club website, you see that the road for each side, each right.
You'll see that the route for each ride...
The route. Yes.
I just moved to the city, so I don't actually know many people yet.
Well, it's a great way to meet people.
And does each ride have a leader?
Sometimes...
route, route,
It should be grout.
route,
Route.
Route. Wait, what? Route? Really?
But not always. But you don't really need one. The group members on the ride support one another anyway.
How would we know where to go?
If you check the club website, you'll see that the route for each ride is clearly marked.
The route for each ride is clearly marked. All right. So I got this answer wrong because I don't know the way to pronounce the words. I thought it should be pronounced ground, but actually the correct way to pronounce these words be route.
Route.
Route. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, you see, if you keep practicing, one day you will get better. It's why you have to do it no matter what. Keep doing it. You will get better. Okay, now section 2.
Section
Part 2. Maybe we do book 18 in the future because this book is a little too old. They use the word section. Nowadays, the IELTS test use the word park. In the listening, they changed the word section to the word park from year 2019. It's been in the book number 14, Cambridge book 14. They changed all the word to 14 to park, not section. I know many people will complain that why did I do a really old book like this? You know what is I know, but I want to do the book number 13 because I just want to do it. I picked the number 13. Okay, I'll do the book 18 later. I'll do the book 17, 18 later. So stay tuned. Don't worry. I'm gonna do it. I promise. Okay. All right. Now section 2. Say part 2. Question 13. Last year, some staff have unemployed people with their communication skill. Our staff were able to help them improve their telephone skill, such as writing down. Yeah. I got deceived by the word get back to work. Here you can see a sentence that this was aimed at helping unemployed people in the area get back to work. And I thought these sentences mean the unemployed people can get back to work because of the health of the staff. So it means they got job application help, but actually not. They got help to improve in telephone skill, write out a message, and speaking with confidence. So it means they help the unemployed people with their communication skill. That's my fault, man.
Staff. Feedback from staff has been overwhelmingly possible to help them improve their telephone skills. One particularly successful project last year was the Get Working project. This was aimed at helping unemployed people in the area get back to work. Our staff were able to help them improve their telephone skills, such as writing down messages and speaking with confidence to potential customers.
Okay. All right.
Which they had found quite difficult. This is something many employers look for in job applicants, and something we all do without even thinking about.
Actually, I did think about choosing the answer C, but I'm the kind of person that I won't change my choice pretty much. I don't often change my mind. Yeah. My ego was just too big that I thought I would correct. I was right. I thought so. That's why I did not change my mind, and I keep choosing answer B, and that was a mistake.
Every day at work. We've got an exciting new project starting this year. Up until
This year, the company will start a new volunteering project with a local park. I did hear the word local charity, so I don't really know why they got a correct answer is B park. We got an exciting new project starting this year. Up until now, we mainly focus on projects to do with education and training, and we continue with our reading project in school and our work with local charity. Yes, there was the word local charity, but ah, here's come the word but. Whenever you hear the word but, it means you have to change your option. We have also agreed to have a conversation project in Redford Park. So if any of you fancy being outside, getting your hand dirty,
now, we've mainly focused on projects to do with education and training. And we'll continue with our reading project in schools and our work with local charities. But we've also agreed to help out on a conservation project in Redfern Park.
this is difficult, man. This is really difficult because how can we know that this is a new project? The question asked us this year the company will start a new volunteering project with a logo something. It's hard, man. This one is just so hard. But we have also agreed to help out on a conservation project in Redfern Park. So how can I know that this is a new project? You just said that you also agreed to help out. We continue with our reading project in school and our work with local charity. All right, now let's see the answer for question 18 and 17. The participant on digital inclusion, they really benefited, benefited.
Tea Suite at Hill College. By the way, don't forget to tell your manager about were in their 70s, though some were.
Now listen and answer questions 17 to 20.
The participants on the Digital Inclusion Day really benefited.
Benefited.
The majority were in their 70s.
The majority were in their 70s. They were all over. Oh my God, all over. That one is wrong. The majority is mean almost more than half. More than the half of them, more than a half of them. It's like 60% of the participants were in their
Though
70s.
some were younger, and a
Some were younger.
few were even in their 90s.
And even a few were in their 90s.
Quite a few owned both a computer and a mobile phone, but these tended to be outdated models. They generally knew how to do simple things like send texts, but weren't aware of recent developments in mobile phone technology. A few were keen to learn, but most were quite dismissive at first.
Dismissive, all right. Dismissive. Dismissive, showing that you do not think something is worth considering. Okay, new word, everyone, new words. Okay, let's see. We don't have the file vocabulary here, right? Check this file to this. Okay. Listening. We're gonna do it later. All right, now delete them, and dismissive. I got it answered wrong because I don't know the meaning of these words. Okay, so the meaning of these words is showing that you do not think or you do not believe something is worth considering. It means you look down on them and you don't think it's a insignificant. You think something insignificant, less important. That's it. They initially show little interest. They don't have much interest in this. Dismissive at first. At first is equal to initially. All right. I think I should write down. At first mean initially. Yeah, you should write down too, man. You all should write down too.
But weren't aware of recent developments in mobile phone technology. A few were keen to learn, but most were quite dismissive at first. They couldn't see the point of updating their skills. But that soon changed. The feedback was very positive. The really encouraging thing was that participants all said they felt much more confident about using social media to keep in touch with their grandchildren, who prefer this form of communication to phoning or sending emails. A lot of them also said playing online games would help them make new friends and keep their brains active. They weren't that impressed with being able to order their groceries online, as they liked going out to the shops, but some said it would come in handy if they were ill or the weather was really bad. One thing they asked about was using tablets for things like reading newspapers.
All right, now let's move to section number 3. I got the 4 incorrect answer in this section.
Section
So it should be one of the hardest. Number 23. In connection with slide, the tutor advised us to the thing of the section number 3 is I completely understand the conversation between Russ and his professor, or you can say his tutor, but I cannot comprehend all the meaning or understand or quick enough. I haven't be able to understand everything. I understand the conversation, but I don't have time to understand, or you can say translate all the words in the section in the question. So that's why I got this answer wrong. It means I need to improve my comprehension skill. You see the up meeting? Up meeting slide altogether. Leave them out. Leave something out. It means me then, right? Not include. Leave something or someone as someone else. It means you not include them. Omit them. Right, it's news to me. Omit. Oh, we will be better. Trust me. Keep doing this. Will be a really great improvement to ourselves. We will be better. Not now, but will be better in future. Keep doing it. Leave them out. It means not including them. Fail to include something. Should be lược bỏ. Bỏ sót, bỏ quên. What? To not include something is a myth. In a smart vocabulary, it doesn't include the word omit here. So actually, they're not really be considered as synonym, but just they should be called paraphrase. They are paraphrase each other. Mhm. All right, number 24. Listen to it, right?
Or another way would be to focus on its impact in one particular area, say medicine or space.
About was how to start. I know presentations often begin with, first I'm going to talk about this, and then I'll talk about that.
But to include slides, you could end up spending too long looking for suitable ones. You might find it better to leave them out.
I see. Another thing I was wondering about was how to start. I know presentations often begin with, first I'm going to talk about this, and then I'll talk about that. But I thought about asking the audience what they know about nanotechnology.
That would be fine if you had an hour or two for the presentation, but you might find that you can't do anything with the answers you get, and it simply eats into the short time that's available.
So maybe I should mention a particular way that nanotechnology is used to focus people's attention.
That sounds sensible.
Oh my God. Maybe I should mention a particular way that nanotechnology is used. It means you provide an example. It's not encourage the audience to talk because Russ didn't have much time. B, to explain what Russ intend to do. I got stuck at this answer because I thought that he's going to be standing up and say, first I'm going to talk about this and then I talk about that, blah, 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 blah. But no. To provide an example. Should mention a particular way that nanotechnology is used to focus people attention. All right, now 26 Structure. Let's say it was better in some respect. Abruptly. Not cover all of it. Rubber. BT. Abruptly.
Abrupt.
Sudden. Oh my god. Wow. ABRUBD. Let's try ABRUBD. Uh-huh. Sudden and unexpected, often unpleasant. Okay. Don't like it, man.
Abrupt.
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 Abrupt. Abrupt.
Abrupt.
Abrupt. Right. Abrupt end. Abrupt change. Abrupt halt. Collocation. Our conversation came to an abrupt end when George burst into our room. It is sudden end, right? There was an abrupt change in her attitude toward me when she heard that I was Alan's girlfriend. It meant unexpected change. The car shuddered and came to an abrupt halt in the middle of the road. Unpleasant. Oh my god. Suddenly. Not expected. Using too few words when talking in a way that seemed rude and unfriendly. What? Oh my god, there is another meaning of this word, man. Ah, there's another meaning of this word, man. It's not that easy. Oh my god. I hate this shit, man. It's gonna cost me more than just 1 minute to study this. It's gonna be more than 1 hour. It's already been more than 1 hour. And change. Rude. Shouldn't. And rude. Directly. Unfriendly. Shouldn't. Unfriendly. Uh-huh. Okay. Now let's continue with the answer, okay? The hell? So what does it do with A? Lack of a lack a conclusion. So it means round up something. It means conclude. Oh man. Ah, a facial verb. Ground something up. Mm. Ground something up. It also means make something. What? Just sort of what you get, right? Not too technical. What does it mean? The level of attention. Alright everyone, I think it should be the end of this video. I have gone through every incorrect answer of my task, and I have taken note all of the word that I don't know along with the new words or phrasal verb or anything relevant information that I don't know. Trust me, keep doing practice like this will help you get far, get further in this IELTS journey, in the English journey. One day you will know that you are better. So that's it. I think we should stop here because I have already correct and checked all my incorrect answers. So see you in the next episode. That's it. I'm 5355. Bye.